Welcome to Morning Infusion with Dr. V. Have you ever wondered what it'd be like to overcome and thrive when you have a beautiful son who's diagnosed with Duchenne's muscular dystrophy? Well, my name is Dr. Viola Pierce. I'm the owner and the CEO of VP Nursing and the Nurse Nurturer and the facilitators of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to equip healthcare professionals to be wealthy in all areas of their lives. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals, to show up exceptional on a daily basis. Know that one of the goals of Morning Infusion with Dr. V is to expose you to leaders that have overcome so that you know that the possibilities are endless. You can follow us on Twitter at the Nurse Nurturer, Instagram at VP Nursing. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and please share this video. We have a group called the Nurse Nurturer on Facebook that you can join to receive uplifting content for healthcare professionals. You can also visit us at our website at vpnursing.com. And remember to click the Calendar. I have a hard time with that word. Calendar link above if you want to create another stream of income and leverage the knowledge that you already know as a nurse. Our special guest today is Angelica Sampson. Now, Angelica and I have known, like, she was a baby nurse when I was in the emergency department. So I've known Angelica for a very long time. And I love Angelica. I love her spirit. I love who she is and how she is. I love it. I love it. I love how she has just worked things out and just trudges on through and gets things done. So super excited. Now, I didn't tell you beforehand, but I want you to give us a brief bio of you and what's your primary reason for becoming a nurse. Now, I don't want you to cower down to your accomplishments because you're amazing. So go ahead and give us the big bio of who you are.
Well, like Viola said, I'm Angelica Sampson. I'm 30 years old. I've been a nurse for 5 years this past October. I started, like I said, in the ER, and now I work for home for Aetna/CVS. I attend Chamberlain University for my BSN at this moment, and I also am the co-owner of Crafty Culture, where I do custom T-shirts and custom bags, whatever you need, I can make it for you. I have three beautiful children. My oldest is 10, my middle son is 9, and my daughter is 4. And my oldest was diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy in 2017. So I have a lot on my plate, but I'm killing it.
You are killing it. You are killing it. You are doing it. I'm super excited about this journey. Now, why did you become a nurse? Give us a primary reason for you becoming a nurse.
Well, my mom, when I was a child, she was a CNA. She actually worked at Dash General at the time. And she kind of like, gave me the idea of, I might want to take care of people one day. And I've just always been that type of person. I love to help people. I love to care for people, and it's just me. And also, when I was a little girl, my dad passed away in a terrible car accident when I was 8. So I just always thought, I want to be a nurse to maybe take care of some other little girl's daddy one day.
Gotcha. I didn't realize that our parents were, because my mom was a nursing assistant too. I love it. I love it. Now you began your career in the emergency department.
Yes,
Why
yes.
did you choose to go straight to the ER as opposed to the recommended route of med surg first and then the specialty units?
The crazy thing is, like, I thought I would always be afraid to work in the emergency department.
Mhm.
But when I applied for nursing school and I got accepted, of course, I needed a job. So I applied to Nash General as a CNA. I wasn't really trying to do the emergency department. I was just applying for, like, general, like, float pool. But just so happened that that was the only position that was open. So they offered me the ER position. And of course, I was like, well, sure, I'll try it. So I actually started, in the ER as a CNA. So once I finished nursing school, I had already been there for about 2 years working. So it just kind of was a natural changeover. Of course, there were nurses that didn't like the idea, but I think I did pretty good. I
I
mean,
think you did too.
the nurses, the nurses that I had already been working with, they didn't eat their young. They were really helpful. You were one of them. You guys, you helped me right on through. So
Good. I'm I'm super excited about that. I was like, I mean, your cohort of nursing, new nurses that came into that, y'all were just phenomenal, phenomenal.
Yes, they were amazing.
Yes, yes. You recently pivoted away from the bedside and took a job at home. What was your primary reasoning for doing that?
Well, initially, when I started to look for other positions outside of the ER, it was more so of me trying to find my happiness. My son had got diagnosed with Duchenne, like I said, in 2017, and it was just like a feeling like I just gotta go. I just gotta do something different. So initially, I went to work at a doctor's office. I worked there for probably about 6 months or so, and then I switched and worked at Wake Med in the ER at Wake Med North. It was a smaller ER than what I had worked at, so I figured that would be, better. And I actually ran into a patient that I took care of, and his wife worked for Aetna CVS, and so I seen her working on her computer. She had about 4 kids in the room with them, and so you know how when you have a patient and their family member is a nurse, they ask certain questions. So you're like, "You're a nurse." And I asked her, and she was like, "Yes, I'm a nurse." I was like, "Are you working from home?" And then, she gave me all the information and everything, and then it kind of just went from there. I swear I applied like 40 times for this job, but it just worked out because, my son had physical therapy appointments every week. I just had to be here for them, and being a single mom, it's better to work from home and just be right there when they need you. So,
I love it. I love it. It's important. It's kind of those moments, because I tell people about the moment when this one particular patient came in and and the patient told me something that I needed to know. And it's in those moments that you know that God is shifting you to a different position, right?
exactly. Yes,
And you were apparently being shifted to a different position now.
she was surely a blessing.
Truly, truly, truly. Now, you also have a business where you're creating another stream of income. What is that business, and what was the reason that you decided to start the business?
Well, my business name is Crafty Culture. You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram. But we do custom T-shirts, like I said. We do custom masks. We can do custom cups, bags, anything that you need customized. Really, we can do it with vinyl and sublimation. But me and my sister-in-law started the business around May. But of course, we want an additional stream of income. Having a business gives you great tax benefits. If you didn't know.
That's right. Good tax
um,
write-offs for
yes,
sure.
and I have a creative side, and just I just wanted to express that side, and start a business. So that's
Gotcha.
what we did.
Yeah, I mean, people don't realize that it creates that extra stream of income, but that tax write-off, I mean,
Oh, we
is
big.
I mean, it is what I mean, you're
We
designed, as
baby.
Lynn Richardson said, you're designed to go into business to make money.
Yes.
But I mean, you may not always make money, right?
Right.
And that
Exactly.
tax write-off is huge,
It
huge.
comes through.
Uh-huh. And then, and I saw that you were making the mask. They were so cute. And I was like,
Thank
look at you working it out, working it out. Now, your
you. It's
son
good
was
stuff.
diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. Now, tell us about the first time that you noticed that something may be wrong.
Well, the crazy thing is about that, I really didn't notice that anything was wrong, per se at first. I was going through nursing school, I had two little ones. He was 3 and my younger son was 2. So I was like, it's going a lot. I was busy a lot. I didn't really notice anything different other than, he just used to fall a lot. We just thought it was clumsy. But that was really it. We kind of brushed it off. But one day he was started throwing up. He couldn't keep anything down or whatever, and I had to go to work in the ER. So, well, let me go ahead and take him so they'll know he's sick.
Hmm.
So I took him to the ER, and they did blood work on him, and they found that his liver enzymes, his AST and ALT, were severely elevated.
Mm.
So they immediately sent us to Greenville to get checked out by a GI doctor. So we went through several appointments with the GI doctor. Of course, we got discharged from the hospital, but we had to keep going back, every few months or every month for them to check on him. They did a liver biopsy, they did a liver ultrasound, and couldn't find anything wrong with his liver. So I finally was like sick of it. I was like, okay, y'all not sticking my son no more. So I'm gonna just, give him a break. So we took maybe a break for about 6 months or so. He went to his regular doctor and got his labs done again, and they were still elevated, his liver enzymes. So I was like, well, can you refer us to Duke? So they referred us to Duke to another GI doctor. He had another liver biopsy. Still nothing wrong with his liver. So finally, this doctor, she was like, well, let's check his CK level because sometimes elevated CK levels can cause his liver enzymes to be elevated. So she did that, and like the normal upper limit for CK is like 200. His was 20,000.
Wow.
So I began immediately Googling what causes this, once they called me and let me know. And they kind of didn't really want to say it over the phone. But they said it could be muscular dystrophy. So once I looked up the different types of muscular dystrophy, then I realized that he did have symptoms of Duchenne the entire time, like the way he got up off the floor, just the way like he walked and him falling all the time, like he had the hallmark signs of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So we took him to the neuro doctor, and they did the genetic testing and confirmed that he had it. So
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Now, when you were informed that he had the diagnosis, tell us about your feelings in that moment.
it, I was lost for words. I just immediately started crying. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to, like I never imagined who imagines, having a child with a lifelong terminal disability. Um, and initially, like I kind of lost hope in things. I was devastated. It was and being a young mother with two children and a single mom, it was devastating.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Now, I know that you have shifted after his diagnosis. Now, what are some of the things that you have done to ensure that he has the amazing life in spite of his diagnosis? Because you're an amazing mama. You're an
Thank
amazing mama. You're an amazing mama. And you have handled this like a boss. And I am super
you.
proud of who you are and how you have shifted. So tell us about that.
Well, I've always been, ever since my daddy died when I was 8, I always been the type of person like, give people their roses while they're alive, just try to make the best of life because life is short. So, once I got over the initial grief and things of my son's diagnosis, then I was like, well, let's travel. Let's just have fun. Let's just make the best of every day. I aim to make the best of every day of his life and his siblings' life because, of course, we're all going through it. So, I just try to make sure that he's happy and taken care of and we're living our best life.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And I think that what happens a lot of times is that we're diagnosed, or we receive a diagnosis, and we kind of don't, live our, like you said, live our best life. And the reality is that tomorrow, either of, any of us could be taken, right?
Yeah,
So between our life and our death is called a dash. That's what I call it.
I
It's
love
our
it.
it's our dash, and in between our dash we got to make sure that we work it out,
Yep,
and it is good that you have shifted in that way in order to be able to do those things, because we don't know when the last day, the last day could be, for anyone it could be tomorrow, but
right.
being very intentional about that is key. And so that speeds up, that has sped up your intentionality as it
Yeah,
relates to that. So
it
I
has.
love it. I love it. So, what are some of the things that you have done for yourself to cope as a mother?
A lot of the, same things. I've been intentional about chasing my happiness. I was married at one point. I wasn't happy, so I went and found my happiness. Um,
That's fine.
I travel, I go see different places, reconnect with a lot of my friends because you need your support system when you're going through things like that. And even though, like, when I'm with my friends, I don't really spend a whole lot of time on discussing and stuff. I just try to, focus on the positive and just stay positive and have hope. After, like I said, the initial, finding out about it, I did lose hope, but I have regained my hope in life and everything else. So I just try to live my best life too.
No, that's right. I know that's right. And I think that, and I did a live video yesterday talking about things don't happen, to us, they happen for us, right?
That's right.
And so the things that we think that are going to break us down, typically they come back, and they're like Oh,
Yeah.
look at you.
It
Look
gives you
at
a
you
strength
working
like no other.
like no other,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
And so people say that, God gives you won't give you more than you can handle. And I don't think that that's true. I think God gives you more than you can handle so that you can lean and depend on him even more, right?
You can
So
rise
that
to it.
that's right. And God, you can do anything through God who strengthens you, right?
That's right.
So, we are the head and not the tail. We are the lender and not the borrower. And God said
Amen.
that he will do exceedingly abundantly above more than we could ask or think. So, hey,
Yes, ma'am. You work it out.
they will work it out. So I love it. I love it. Now, how do you define success?
Well, when you sent me the questions, I was thinking about this really hard. I was like, how do I define success? I have it tattooed on my back, actually.
Do you? I love it.
But as I've grown, I've just realized that everybody's definition of success is different. Everybody's definition of success is individualized. For me, it's like, being able to travel, have enough money to do so, take care of my children, see my children happy, me be happy. I don't want to live a life where I'm ill and miserable and broke. That's terrible. So I feel like success is having everything that I want and, reaching everything that I want, having goals and obtaining my goals, reaching my goals.
I love it. I love it. Now, how do you define wealth?
And I feel like wealth and success go hand in hand. Honestly, like I said, having enough resources, having enough money, having enough happiness in your bank, all that, equals wealth. There's no need to have a whole lot of money. Some people think wealth is just money, but no,
Right.
it's no need to have a whole lot of money when you're ill and sad and you don't have anybody in your life to, give you that happiness and bring you joy.
That's exactly right. I love it. I love it. Now, how can someone find you and your products?
Well, like I said, we're on Facebook at Crafty Culture. It's Crafty with a K, Culture with a C. So you can just look us up on Facebook, and we also have an Instagram, and the name is also Crafty Culture as well.
Sweet, sweet. I love it. I'm so super excited because you were a baby nurse. And so I'm super excited about how you have evolved and not just evolved. I mean, I've always thought that you were a great person, right? But just evolved in this after the diagnosis and everything that you have been through and the maturity because some people don't have that, right? And the maturity that you have is just awe-inspiring. I love you. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
My name is Dr. Viola Pierce. I'm the owner and the CEO of VP Nursing and the Nurse Nurturer, and the facilitator of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to equip healthcare professionals to be wealthy in all areas of their lives. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals and to show up exceptional on a daily basis. You just know that one of the goals of Morning Infusion with Dr. V is to expose you to leaders like Angelica that have overcome so that you know that the possibilities are endless. You can follow us on Twitter at the Nurse Nurturer, Instagram at VP Nursing. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and please share this video. We have a group called the Nurse Nurturer on Facebook that you can join to receive uplifting content for healthcare professionals. Visit us at our website at vpnursing.com and don't forget to hit the link above if you want to create another stream of income and leverage the knowledge that you already know as a nurse. You guys have a phenomenal day.